This is Shell of Shells Creations, and in this video I want to show you how you can use my alpha chopper actions to be able to chop up the alphas created with my CU alpha doodles. This action should work on any of the CU alpha doodles in my store. Let me show you how it works. The first step is to prepare your alphas so that they are ready to chop. You cannot chop an alpha that is not in ping format. So when I'm getting an alpha ready to chop, this is an example of one that I have been working on. I save each layer, uppercase, lowercase, each individual one by itself. So I'll save it with the turquoise color, I'll save it with the aqua color, I'll save it with the orange color. Let me show you how that works. So I have lowercase aqua, lowercase peach, lowercase tan, lowercase teal. NP stands for numbers and punctuation, and you can abbreviate that any way you want. These names are your choice as to what you name them. I'm just telling you what I do so that you can see the system I go through. It's not critical to running the action for this name to be this set up like this. NP's for numpunk. Again, I have aqua, peach, tan, and teal because those are the four colors this time. And uppercase, I have all of those. Okay, so once you have your alphas set up and they are ready to go ahead and open them inside of Photoshop. Okay, step 2 is to load the actions, and because things are done differently on a PC and a Mac, I'm going to be going back and forth between the two today in this video to show you, and so let's switch to the PC and we can go ahead there. Okay, in order to be able to load the actions, you need to be able to see your actions palette. So under Window, go down to Actions and go ahead and click on it. I'm not going to click on it because I already have my actions open. Now we want to load the actions. Right up here you can click on that icon and go down to Load Actions and then navigate to your computer where the actions are saved. Then go ahead and hit Load. And once again I'm going to hit Cancel because I already have the actions loaded. If you are using a PC computer, you're going to want to run the regular ones. They are the CC Shells Alpha Chopper actions. If you are using a Mac, start with the Shells Alpha Chopper Actions Mac. Now, we've run this on many different operating systems and many different versions of Photoshop and Photoshop Elements, and it should work on most of them. One of those two actions should work on most of them well, but I cannot confirm that they work on everything, but you are welcome to try them. They are free actions and hopefully they'll be able to help you. So we are on a PC, so we're going to go ahead with this one. The second thing is, if you're on a PC, since all PCs have a C drive, we're going to go ahead and we need to create a folder, and it gives you this warning right here to begin with. You need to create a folder on your C drive called Chopped Alphas. If you're on a Mac, we'll come back to how to do this in just a minute. So let's stop the action, because if you haven't done that, you need to stop and start again. So let's go ahead and navigate to our C drive and create that folder now. So let's click right here, and on our C drive, that's the one we're on, we want to go ahead and right click and create a new folder. Not very proficient or fast on a PC. Now it's supposed to be called Chopped Alphas. No caps, no space. Once you've created that folder, you won't have to create it every single time you run the action. As long as you don't delete it, it'll be on there on your computer. You also don't need to reload the actions every time. You should be able to bring them up. Okay, lowercase, we're ready. Go ahead and press play. You can hit continue because we are ready to go. And then you just watch and it will chop it up and name it correctly. Now let's stop here for a minute and go back to what you need to do if you're on a Mac. Okay, if you are on a Mac, then the first time that you begin to use the action each time, you have to navigate to where you want that first letter to be saved, and then from there on out it should save the rest of them in the same place. Right here gives us the details on that. Let's go ahead and hit continue. So the first time I want it to save A, on my desktop I have a folder that I called Put My Chopped Alphas Here. Now my desktop has a different name than your desktop because my computer has my name and your Mac will have your name. But if you navigate to that spot and say this is where I want it to be and hit save, then you're going to have to hit return each time. One return will be for the save and one return will be for the ping. So it's each time it's return, 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 Again, unfortunately with a Mac, the way that the systems are set up, that is the best that we can do. That's still far faster than having to chop it up and save it yourself. And the only alternative to this is either to have a script written specifically for your computer, or just go ahead and write your own action. Okay, there's a couple more things that I want to go ahead and show you. So we're going to pause right here for a moment. Okay, this action for the numbers and punctuation was written to be able to do the alphas that have a hashtag in it. And so it is written to have 21 spots, the 4 rows plus the hashtag spot right here. Some of my earlier alphas, before hashtags were all that popular, don't have a hashtag on it. And so you need to go ahead and do something to fix that. I recommend that you just take one of the other letters or characters that's in it, select it, hit Control J to duplicate it, and then go ahead and drag it over into that spot. If you just put it below that first column in a reasonable space and you're using a small one, that'll work. But in order for the action to work, you've got to go ahead and flatten it. You need it to be layer 0, and I believe it needs to be selected in order to work. If not, if it doesn't need to be selected, it'll run without it, but I'd go ahead and select it and then you're good to go. Now we can go ahead and run that action. The other thing I need to point out right here is that unfortunately I was inconsistent when I was first started making these alpha doodles, and sometimes I put the question mark first and the exclamation point second, and sometimes I did it the other way around. And so the bulk of them have the question mark first. So the action saves it as the question mark first. But if the alpha that you are saving, and this one right here in particular is backwards, then when you're finished, you're going to need to switch the names of those around. But otherwise, hopefully this alpha chopper action, or these alpha chopper actions, will be able to help you utilize those CU alpha doodles and make things a little smoother for you. Enjoy!